Hey, everybody. So this is my first time getting on here and actually talking to y'all. I'm just doing a little bit of cleaning out my cabinets and trying to get rid of some of all these extra cans that we have that we don't need. There was a time when we had been going through and things weren't looking up as much as they are now. Of course, I have faith that things move from one space to the next, so it's not like you stay where you are forever, because things come, things go, people come, people go, and things change. Everybody has a season in their life, and we have had some tough seasons in each of our lives. And when I say each of our lives, I'm talking about my husband and I. In each of our lives, getting married and then having a child not too long, about 9 months, 8 or 9 months or so after we got married. And we pretty much was in a kind of difficult place, even though I was a college graduate and he was a high school graduate. I was a college graduate, and we had met obviously some years after both of us had graduated from school, and we had a child, so not too long after, and he already had a child, and so, who I love, just like she's my own. So we had some seasons where things were a little bit hard, and we needed a lot of help, and sometimes you just need a little bit of help. And fortunately, we have places that we can go to, like the Brown Box, that the churches do, or the community centers in certain neighborhoods have things called brown boxes. And obviously things come in a brown box like this. So we will go and get our brown boxes, and sometimes people are like really picky about things, and even though I'm a person that don't generally like things that come in a can or in a box, not most of the time, I was raised up on these things because my mom did the best she could with what she had. We didn't always have a lot of luxuries that kids get to have today. My mom was a single parent, and when my grandparents were alive, they helped my mom to raise my brother and I. So, fortunately, and we're grateful for the help that we got from our grandparents, because they really helped my mom to raise us. And, of course, being in a single parent home, we were on social services assistance or food stamps, so we got a little funny money to spend to go food shopping, and sometimes we would have to still go to the brown bag because that wasn't enough. She was trying to raise my brother and I, and a lot of times she would rather feed us than to even feed herself, so she would be like, I don't have to eat, I just want to make sure my babies eat. And I was prompted to do this video because while I was sitting there cleaning out my cabinets, I was thinking, man, sometimes people are so judgmental about how someone parents and how the choices that parents make, but they really don't understand where it comes from. They don't understand that these parents were raised by parents who all they did was do what they knew how to do best. My mom raised us the best way she could with what she knew how to do and with what she had. She was a high school graduate, but at the same time, there's things that people life fall into. There's choices and there's decisions that we all make. There's opportunities that sometimes we all pass because we don't know otherwise. And so just sometimes things happen and people end up in a tough spot in their life, and there's two choices. You can either rise above it or stay there. And even though we're still not in like luxury status, and even though we are not living in a house on a hill, we have advanced far from where we started. And the truth of the matter is, it's not exactly about where you start. It's how you're progressing, and it's where you're going to finish. And at the end of the day, we're living our life to hear 2 words from God, and that's well done. And if you're not living a life that is going to bring or produce good fruits, then you're really not living a life. You're existing, but you're not living a life, because life bears life. Okay, and I'll say that again, life bears life. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to be, just because you're a woman, you have to bring forth a child. I'm not talking about just because you're a man that you have to bring forth your sperm to produce life. What I'm saying is, the life that you live, the life that's in you, the spirit that's in you, the gifts and the talents that God has placed within all of us. And whether people want to argue about the existence of God or not, because I know I have people out there who would do that, I'm not arguing with you, so chill. Okay? The point I'm trying to make is, the life that you have, use it to bring forth good fruit. And I would say that with what my mom had, even though my mom, most people be like, your mother doesn't go to church. No, my mom does not go to church. And you know what? When I really think about it, sometimes it might be for good reason, because sometimes people run you away. And if I had met the person or really thought about people, I wouldn't have got closer to God, because I would have considered people too much. But my mom, getting back to this, used what she had to do the best that she could for my brother and I. And so what I would say is, even though my brother and I have both had our share of things that have happened in our life, things that were great, things that were good, things that were bad, and things that were ugly, my mom brought forth fruit. So the life that she has in her, thank God she's still here. The life that she has in her brought forth something good. You're a good fruit. And no matter how many people try to down you, or try to make you feel like you're not progressing, or try to make you feel like you're not where they think you should be, or you're not the person that they think you should be, get closer to God, and He'll show you who you're meant to be, and you'll arrive at that person. But for now, use what it is that you have to produce good fruit. Good fruit. I'm going to use the little bit that I have to try to put it in my kids and produce good fruit. And it's not always easy parenting. Some days I'm just like, Lord have mercy, these kids are working on my nerve. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I'm not the best wife. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, he's working on my nerve, but I know I work on his nerves too. I know that I work on my kids' nerves, because sometimes I yell when I don't need to, or when I don't want to. Sometimes I'm just exhausted and I'm frustrated, and I have so many things to say, but so less time to say it. And sometimes I just need to stop and breathe and think before I speak. Because the words that we speak produce fruit. The words that you speak to someone, the attitude that you decide to carry that day, it can either cause someone to have a good day or a bad day. It can either cause someone to love themselves or hate themselves. Use what you have to produce good fruit. I thank God for my mama, because she used a little bit that she has to create good fruit. I'm a good fruit. You are too. And if you have children, they will be too. Because from this day forth, you're going to make good choices. You're going to think before you speak. You're going to think in your mind, do I want to cause this person to live, or do I want my words to cause them to die? And I hope that your choice would be to cause that person to live and not die. This is Chrissy, and it was so good talking to you all. Please click the like button, subscribe, comment, please. I would like to hear more about what you all have to say. Love you.